Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be looking at the first Marvel Warhammer 40,000 comic. We have a brand new article from Games Workshop. For those of you who remember, I think it was like last year, I think it was this time last year actually, they announced their partnership with Marvel on making 40k comics. And we have our first preview, and you guessed it, it is none other than the glorious Ultramarines. So the information that we have with this states, one of the 41st Millennium's most famed warriors, Calgar, is a champion of humanity whose legacy goes right back to the earliest days of Rogue Trader. Calgar and the Ultramarines, of course, have a lot of history when it goes back to Warhammer 40,000. I know a lot of people will be like, why is it bloody the Ultramarines? You know, I'm kind of with you on that one. Maybe they could have like jumped off and gone with a different kind of chapter, but I understand that with them doing in Calgar, because Calgar is basically the most Space Marine. Actually states here, he's a paragon of what makes a Space Marine a Space Marine, though his origins have always remained a mystery until now. This new comic series will at last tell the origin story of this exemplar of the Adeptus Astartes, even going far as back as his time as a child on Nova Filium. Hopefully I pronounced that right. But who could deliver such a terrific tale? Meet the super team assembled for such a task. So following now is a team that actually are working on this new project. Please, if you can, post down in the comment section. I haven't read comics since, what, 10-15 years ago. I'm not familiar with like who's who at Marvel. I know like Dan Abnett has done like a couple of Marvel stuff and everything like that, which is kind of cool, so I recognize him, but the following people I don't really know that much about. So it says Kieran Gillian is more than just a legend of the comic world with successful runs in Thor, Iron Man and more under his belt. He's maybe one of the biggest Warhammer fans too, from the much loved Crown of Destruction comic to his recent work on Total War Warhammer series. Gilligan marries storytelling with a skill of love of the 41st Millennium that borders on terrifying. He's also a pretty good painter. Just don't show any of his painting stuff. Come on, you can't say he's a good painter and not show any of his work, GW. And the next chap is the artist called Jason Burrows. It says Jason Burrows, an artist whose gothic, grimly style is a perfect match for the worlds of Warhammer. From the eldritch horrors of the apocalypse carnage, Burrows' bold and arresting art promises to truly do a nightmare of the 41st Millennium justice. The team at Marvel have worked in hand with Warhammer Studio throughout the making of Marneus Calgar comic to ensure that everything looks and feels like the 41st Millennium you know and love. Our lore masters and Hawkeye reviewers have ensured that from the bolters to the redacted, well, it says redacted here, that this is accurate and 100% official portrait of the grim darkness of the far future. And just to finish it, it says, when will Marneus Calgar be out? We'll let you know as soon as we have the details. For now, though, feast your eyes on the stunning cover for the first issue of this landmark series. I've had the cover running in the background while I've been talking about these guys. But as you can see, let's just start with the actual cover itself. So this is the art style that they're actually going with. For me, I like it. I don't see anything really wrong with it. I expected it to be kind of like bright and colourful like this. I do see like a Marine dead with like a hole in his chest and blood coming out. They did mention that, of course, this is going to be like 100% the grim darkness and stuff, so you expect to see, I don't know, people beheaded, arms ripped off, demons being birthed out people's poop holes, you know, all the kind of weirdo stuff that we expect in Warhammer 40,000, all the grim darkness that you expect. Hopefully they actually mean what they're saying, and that is actually put on the actual page itself, and we'll enjoy it as we read it. One critique I have of this, I just briefly mentioned at the start of the video, is that they started with the Ultramarines. Yes, I understand Calgar is Calgar, you know, he is the Space Marine and stuff like that, but hopefully this is not like a recurring thing. I understand the Ultramarines are their flavour when it comes to stuff, but hopefully we actually see different chapters. I know the Dark Angels had a comic series before, and I actually really enjoyed that stuff. Maybe it's, you know, something like the White Scars would get something. Raven Guard, actually Raven Guard is one of the chapters that I haven't really read anything that's inspired me about Raven Guard. I've mentioned this a couple of times on streams and stuff like that. So if they can make like a really enriching story that, you know, inspires like Raven Guard and makes them look a bit more badass, and you know, I'm all for that. Of course, you know, me being a Fist player, Black Templars, Imperial Fist, you know, Reclaimers of Dawn, if GW want to use my my stuff. If, you know, all these rich chapters out there that have all this epic lore, Flesh Tearers just off the top of my head, I'm sorry if I didn't mention it, Blood Angels, of course, Space Wolves, you know, all these awesome chapters. Hopefully they'll get their set comics, and we'll have stories in them. But I am looking forward to it, I really am. Calgar, as I said, is the most Space Marine, and learning about his childhood, where he came from, how he became a Space Marine, sounds pretty interesting. So I'm all aboard the hype train at the moment. I know there's a couple of people out there that mentioned on my last Marvel video about some of the political situation that is going on at Marvel. I really don't know that much to really comment it. I'll be completely honest. Like I said, I haven't really read Marvel comics or really any type of comics like for like 10-15 years or anything like that. I've just really watched the new Avengers films and at the cinema and everything like that. You know, the last time I really was into that the comic stuff was like with the Amazing Spider-Man and the X-Men series were like back on like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, like really back in the day. So yeah, that is how far I really go back. But for this, the cover looks nice, the art looks pretty cool. Again, as I said, I'm on the hype train and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to give it a chance and see if it grips me and takes me in. All right, Chaparrinos, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. As always, what is your thoughts and feedback on this? Are you looking forward to it? Are you looking forward to the actual story of Calgar and, you know, everything about him and obviously him crossing the Rubicon? I wonder if it actually go down to like the Vigilus route. I'm actually, you know, it'll end it there, or is it just going to be like his past, like flashbacks or anything like that? I'm sure we'll get more information in the coming months when 9th edition has launched and everything like that. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Leave your thoughts, feedback, everything like that in the comment section, and we'll have a nice little chat down there as we always do. See you now. Have a great day, and bye bye.